We're going to give everyone time to be admitted into the meeting as we make this meeting live on YouTube. So folks, just stay muted for a moment. There's Carl Reynolds. I see him. He must have just come in. I am missing some folks, and some folks I have not properly identified. So my name is Judge Person. I do welcome everybody to the Temple Municipal Court. Thank you for being here. And I do want to just clarify a few things, make some announcements before we start court. And then what I will do is take people in turns. I did make note as people logged in on where you are in sort of the line, and I'll do my best to stick with that line. There are some exceptions because there are folks who I have not yet identified as being on the docket. So let me just, let me ask a few quick questions. Young lady who is labeled Elani, I'm going to ask you alone, no one else, to unmute yourself and tell me your full name.
Elani Celeste Rodriguez.
Gotcha. Thank you. Now I've got you in line. And then there is a person named Fabricio Granelli. And if I could have you alone unmute. Is that your name?
No, my name is Kylie Clary.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. And then I have a person just named JCTUR. Obviously, it stands for something. And sir, with the glasses, just quickly, what is your name?
John Duck.
Thought it might be you, but I was not positive. Thank you. And Mr. Robert Callahan, if you could just give me your name, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Callahan on behalf of Constance Porter this morning.
Ms. Porter, thank you very much. I should have caught that. Thank you. Okay, so my name is Judge Person. I do welcome everybody to court this morning. I will make some announcements here in just a moment. I do want to let you know this is a Class C court. The cases that are filed here are Class C offenses. They result in the imposition of fines and court costs. Normally, they don't result in any kind of warrant or jail. You can get a warrant in this court. Everyone stay on mute, otherwise it's too difficult. You can, yeah, I'm muting. Okay, there we go. You can wind up with warrants if you enter into a court order and you fail to do what you're ordered to do. We do give you opportunities to appear and talk to us about that. If you find today that you sign up for something that then you can't do, for example, sometimes folks set up for a payment plan and unfortunately lose employment. So if something like that happens to you, or you just can't do it, you need to get back in with us. You can always email the court and ask for another setting and talk to me about it. And the best time to do that is before you default. Another way that people get warrants in a Class C court is just failing to show up. Like when you get that ticket, it has your date on it. And if you don't show up, you can get a warrant that way. So again, if that's happened, let's work where we are now. If that's not happened, you can do your best to prevent it. And it is your duty to prevent it. And one of the ways that you do that is to keep your address, phone number, and email up to date so that when we reach out to you, we will reach out to you when we think there's a problem. And if you have an opportunity to maybe be heard, you don't have to wait for us to reach out. You can reach out when you know there's a problem. We will reach out at a certain point. If we don't have the correct address, you might not get that information. And we do that partly to give you an opportunity to be heard, partly to make sure that we aren't mistaken. So we want to work with you, but we can't do that if you don't do your part. And aside from that, it is your duty to keep up with it and make sure that we can communicate with you until your case is finished. And finished is really defined as either a zero balance or a dismissal, whichever is most appropriate for your particular case, okay? So I just want to let you know that and just highlight the fact that we want to work with you if we can. I have a breakout room for the pretrial docket, and I'm actually going to send Ms. Warren as our city's prosecutor, and she's here. Ms. Warren, if you could, thank you very much. And she's ready to go and has a full docket today. So I will open up that breakout room. And if you're here for a pretrial, I will actually send you an invitation to that breakout room, and you join that breakout room by clicking on the invitation. When you're done having that pretrial discussion with the prosecutor who represents the state, Ms. Warren, then you come back into this meeting. You don't leave or leave the meeting from that breakout room. You come back in and make sure that I am clear with you about what will happen next on your case. And that can range a lot of things I'm going to talk about. But Ms. Warren's ready to go, and I'm going to go ahead and send her there. And the attorney for the Porter case, Mr. Callahan, I'm actually going to send him in there, and they'll go ahead and work on their pretrial. So I want to let you know a few things. When you're given a ticket or issued a citation, those are all methods that we have under the law for, and I'm sorry, Mr. Callahan, are you getting that invitation? There he is, he went. Okay. So when you're given that invitation, no, he's not gone yet, but I show the invitation pending. There he goes. Okay. So when you're given that ticket or issue that citation, that's an accusation. All right. And an accusation is just that. You're accused of doing something. When you give a plea, you're giving an answer to the accusation. And that's what a plea is. It's a response. There are three options for pleading: guilty, not guilty, and no contest. Now, we are presumed to be not guilty. If you plead not guilty, you're just maintaining that innocence that the law presumes. However, Mr. Duck, I'll be with you in a moment, but you need to wait a moment. However, if you plead not guilty, we're moving your case to a pretrial docket, and that docket is meeting today. So if you've already entered that plea, you're on a pretrial docket, you are in the right place. It's just not your turn yet. And so I will schedule you for a Zoom pretrial, which is happening like today. And then I will schedule you for a final trial, which are for the cases that remain unresolved, because at that point, we're moving toward the trial docket. We're looking at any pretrial matters and so forth. And I'm setting a bond. We're executing that bond and getting it set up. There are additional things to do. So we've got a two-part system. And the first one, you don't have to leave your home unless you have to leave your home for other reasons. So that pretrial's meeting, and I've got people on that docket. In connection with that docket, if I call your name, just raise your hand, because these are folks that I have as not here. If I think you're here already, I'm not going to call your name. Melissa Fulcher, do you happen to be here and I missed you somehow? Yeah, I didn't see her. So I'm going to count her out right now. We'll see what the morning brings. Kimberly Carnes, did I miss you? Are you here? You don't want to no-show because you get a warrant. Sabrina Nieto? Okay, Sabrina Nieto not here either. All right. Ms. Warren, it looks like on the Porter case, we've had that discussion. Let me ask Mr. Callahan first to unmute while I pull that file. Give me just a moment. Because while I'm doing that, I'm going to get folks into some semblance of order on that docket. Larry is here. John Duck is here. Fulcher is not here. Porter is here. Is here. Blake Stewart, do you happen to be here and I missed you? Gotcha. Okay. Okay. On the Porter case, are we moving toward trial or do we have a resolution?
Your Honor, we have a resolution. The state offered a 90-day deferral. Mr. Callahan has asked for a 30-day deferral, and I wanted to defer that to you and see if that was okay.
And Judge, I can provide some explanation as to why I made that request. There's nothing wrong with the fine. This young lady, or I say young lady, but this woman lives out of state. She's going to be doing some traveling as we're coming up on the end of the school season. And we just wanted to make it easier for her to do that and honestly not get in any further trouble.
I actually think that's a good reason to keep her on a 90-day deferred so that she'll be safe and be more mindful. So I'm going to deny the request. Is the bond getting paid today? And do you want the offer by the state?
Judge, I would have to coordinate with my client regarding the, I guess, the denial of her counteroffer.
Okay, we'll reschedule you.
Okay.
Oh, the final date for you is June 2nd. So what I'm going to do is reschedule you for 2 weeks to the next pretrial docket on May 4th.
Okay.
I only approve the 90-day deferral. However, I need to make you aware if we pay it on the day of acceptance.
Okay, I see. So for example, if she had accepted it today, it would have needed to have been paid today.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, I need a financial affidavit filled out for her in order to schedule out a payment plan.
Okay.
So reschedule for May 4th. We're going to email that to you. Can you get it back over to us pretty quickly this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Final pretrial date on this case, if we don't complete it on May 4th, will be June 2nd, and that's in order to schedule trial and bond and to set bond. So I will ask Mr. Callahan, do you have any further questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, provided we get your paperwork back today, I'll go ahead and remove you from the meeting and let you get that back over to us. And thanks of the court, you're good to go.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Warren, your next person, let's see, is going to be Carl Reynolds. And Mr. Reynolds, I will send you a breakout room request. Keep in mind, you're moving back into this meeting at the end of that meeting, okay? All right. And just click on accept and it'll push you into that meeting. Okay, so a couple of things I want to let people know, because most of us appear and represent ourselves in a court like this one. I would say this morning kind of reflects that. About 95% of us will represent ourselves in a court like this one. And so I want to let you know a few things that I think if it were me, I would find helpful. So if you enter a plea, I already said of not guilty, we move that case to the pretrial docket, okay? And Mr. Esteban Martinez, either stop moving around or let's mute your video for a few minutes. Can you have a seat? It's court and I am talking. If you were in court, you'd be required to sit. Thank you. And let's see your face. Put your screen down where I can see you. Take your hoodie off. Let's see your whole face. Surely it can't be that difficult. Thank you. So I do want to let you know then another option to plead. Your whole face, Mr. Martinez. Mr. Martinez, ma'am?
Yes, he's right here.
Right. I want to be able to see his face.
Okay. She wants to see your face.
You wouldn't be permitted to duck behind something and hide or walk around the room. And this is court. So we're going to do that or we're going to reschedule you.
Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
Really going to start holding to the rules. Position your phone. Mr. Martinez?
Ma'am,
Yes.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm not wanting to hear you. I'm wanting to be able to see you.
Oh, my bad. See me.
Okay. All right. So another option for pleading is if you plead guilty. Now, when you plead guilty, you're saying, I did this. You're admitting that offense. If you plead no contest, you may have heard of that. Sometimes people call it nolo contendere. They mean the same thing, not contesting. If you plead no contest, you're just allowing the court to move forward with sentencing, potentially finding you guilty, but without saying I did it or didn't do it. Okay. So if you plead if you plead not guilty, we move toward a pretrial. If you plead guilty or no contest, we move forward with your case. Now let me talk to you about options in moving forward with your case. Mr. Martinez, I'm just going to mute your video for now. But when I call your name, if you're not there, no, I'm not going to do that either because it's an inappropriate visual there. So yeah, you need to start your video back up. Mr. Martinez, is your parent with you?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you today?
I'm 16.
Okay, so I want to talk to you for just a quick moment before I move forward with the whole group, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
What seems to be the issue with just holding still?
I can't find a way to turn my camera on.
Right, but like we don't sit and do this with our hands. We usually can. Mom, can you sit down with him and help him?
She's taking this now.
He's 16. You're
What?
required to be in
What
court.
did she say?
Okay, listen, ma'am.
Give me the headphones. I need the headphones. I can't hear through that.
Okay, can you hear me, Ms. Martinez? I assume.
No, I'm Paulette, ma'am. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I could hear you.
Okay, what is your name?
My name is Beverly Paulette. I'm Esteban's mom.
Okay, so Ms. Pollitt, you're required to be in court, okay?
Yes.
And that
Oh,
means
I
you
have to
sit
go
down.
to court?
No,
Okay,
you're
I'm
in
right
court right now.
We're sitting down.
Yeah, let's keep it that way, okay? And then you help him figure out how to keep that video stable. His picture, when I stop his video, his picture is not appropriate. So if I
What
have to stop
picture is it?
I'll let y'all work on that separately. What I'm trying to tell you is I'm not willing to stop his video and show his picture. So if we're having problems with just holding still and sitting down in court, like if you were in this court, I would remove you from court. So I
Okay,
will
well,
remove-
we can't even,
just
we
sit down and
don't.
hold still. Right?
Okay,
So I will move the case forward on a plea of guilty or no contest with sentencing. There's still 4 ways to gain a dismissal. And I want to explain to you what that means. Okay. So dismissal means your case is gone, right? It's over. Let me talk to you about the ways to gain a dismissal, even where you've pled guilty or no contest. So if you qualify for something that can be dismissed by being brought up to date, in other words, it's some kind of equipment violation most of the time. Sometimes the registration charges can be handled that way. There's a handful of those in the legal code books. And what I'll do there is walk you through that dismissal. It's called a compliance dismissal. I'll walk you through those dismissal options. If you qualify for something that can be dismissed, I will walk you through the option for dismissal on a plea of guilty or no contest, and I will try to get you to that dismissal automatically. You can ask me about it. I'm not going to wait for the question. I'm just going to start doing that with you to see if I can get you there. Okay, you can ask, but I won't wait for that because sometimes people don't know the right way to ask something, and that's fine. So I will walk you through those. The second one is if you have a moving violation, you can take a driver's safety course and gain a dismissal under certain circumstances. And if you qualify for that program, then I will start walking you through it. Sometimes I need to quiz you about it just a little bit, and I'll just immediately start doing that on a moving violation to see if I can get you there. On both of those dismissal options, you must have come to court on time. Okay. If you missed your court date, you missed those options. Okay. And I just rarely make exceptions, but I will address that if I need to. The third option is if you want to do what is called a deferred disposition. Deferred means delay. Disposition means to make final. I delay making your case final even though you've entered a plea. I put in conditions for you to meet. Those will be in writing and I will need to collect your signature today. And then, we have to sort out whether you have a class, some kind of record due, payment. We'll sort all of those things out. And then that we put them in writing. They're listed on a page. You'll know what to do. And then if you just get those things done, you earn a dismissal. And instead of finding you guilty on your plea, I dismiss your charge at the end of the deferral period. Okay. The trick to getting a deferred in a Class C court is different than other types of courts in the state. In a Class C court, you can ask when you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, and the judge can entertain the question, and the prosecutor does not have to weigh in on most cases. Now, the prosecutor can weigh in on a plea of not guilty and offer deferred options, and she may do that, okay? So that's up to her whether she wants to make that kind of offer. On my docket, guilty or no contest, I can decide whether I'm going to grant that up front, okay? So guilty or no contest, but I'd like a deferred. That would be how you would ask for that deferred option, okay? That's the third way to gain a dismissal. The fourth would be if you qualify for teen court, you have to be a student, okay? Enrolled in a regular school, okay? And so I'll talk with students about that and their parents if they are underage. And then, the fifth way to get a not guilty finding is if the prosecutor either dismisses your charge or if you go to trial and you win, okay? So that's really it. There's really 6 ways to get a case dismissed in a Class C court. It isn't based on who you know. It isn't based on who I know. In fact, if I know you too well, I have to get a different judge. So just be aware that's really it. That's all we've got, okay? Now, financial concerns, I address those case by case. And that's why we want those financial forms filled out so that we can make proper assessments financially for people and not miss things we should be checking in with you about, okay? They're also used on the not guilty plea to set bonds for the pretrial docket. I'm a little parched today. And so let me find Mr. Reynolds and ask you to unmute. Ms. Warren will unmute. And Ms. Warren, Mr. Reynolds, are we moving toward trial or are we heading to some sort of agreement?
Your Honor, we do have an agreement. Mr. Reynolds has a CDL. I offered a reduction in the fine, $50 and the $134 cost, and he can pay today.
Okay. Mr. Reynolds, what I'm going to suggest to you that would be best is, first of all, I will approve the reduction, and we can do that in the court. Ms. Warren, you don't need to send that over. We're going to let you move forward. I can do that on your motion. Mr. Reynolds, I'll do that reduction. I don't want you logging in online to make a payment or calling the clerk to make payment until I get that reduction done. Because if you pay it now, I can't get the reduction done and it gets messy. So if you'll just stay right there, we'll be working on it in the background. When we get it done, I'll let you know, okay, you're good to get that done, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we'll be right back with you and just hold tight. And so she had the court costs at 134, which I think it might be accurate. It also might be the DSC number. So whatever the court costs are, plus a $50 fine. And Ms. Warren, thank you very much. Mr. Reynolds, again, we'll be back with you. Ms. Warren, your next person is Kylie Clary. And Ms. Clary, sending you that invitation to the breakout room. Ms. Warren,
Thank you.
You're good to go. Okay. So those are my options. I'm going to move forward just so people kind of know the order, because you're probably wondering when's my turn. After Ms. Clary on that docket, we have Mr. Duck. And then Mr. Stewart. let's see, Clary, Duck, Stewart. I think that's all. On my docket, we will go first. I'm beginning with Elisa Condarco, and then I'm looking at Hector Salinas, Noah Castillo, Desiree Archie, Esteban Martinez, Isaac Angiano Nelson, Isabella Mascarenas, Joel Oakley, Elani Rodriguez. Okay. And a quick question. If you're here and I call your name because I'm thinking you're not here, raise your hand. Tamara Allen? No, I've got you, Mr. Angiano. I'm asking Tamara Allen. Tamara Allen, did I miss you? Okay. Anthony Leaks. Mr. Leaks, do you happen to be here? I don't think so, but just want to give you a chance. Alberta Salinas. Mr. Salinas, y'all may not be related. Do you know Alberta Salinas?
No, I do not.
Okay. So anyway, that person didn't show up, and I just want to make sure that person wasn't sitting with you because the last name is the same. Okay. Thank you. I'll be with you soon. All right, let me go ahead and begin then, and I will start. Let me get my docket laid out. Condarco. I saw you a moment ago. There you are, ma'am. Hi, Ms. Condarco. Good morning. Let me go ahead and ask you to unmute. So just unmute your, there you go. Thank you so much. So good morning, Ms. Condarco. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Judge Persons. Just fine, thank you.
Okay, give me a quick moment just to look at your file.
All right.
I think.
No.
On your financial statement,
Yes,
has
sir.
anything changed since the last time we looked at your income and bills in November?
I updated it like a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
That's correct.
Okay, yeah, I see that. So we're good still. Okay, and we have you on community service for some cases, right?
Yes, ma'am. One case I owe you 16 hours, and I will do that this coming week.
Okay, that's not due till May 5th.
Okay.
And now let me look at what we have pending. There is a stop April 21st of 2020, failing to signal a required distance before turning. If you pay that ticket, it's $231.90. How are you pleading to that charge?
What was the charge?
It's a failing to signal a required distance.
Oh, you know what? That was dismissed. I had.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That was dismissed. I'm sorry. I missed that.
That's okay.
Excuse me. I'm trying to figure out what we're here for. The plate. Okay, I'm sorry. It's a displaying of a fictitious license plate. That one has fines and costs of $181. How are you pleading to the charge?
Not guilty.
Okay, so I'm going to move that to the pretrial docket. Okay, and
Okay.
the first setting will be May 4th.
Okay.
And the last setting, because remember we do the next one online, and the last one here in the courtroom, and the one in the courtroom will be on June 16th. And I'm going to ask you to sign off on those dates today.
Okay.
Can we email you the setting forms and have you email them, sign them and email them back?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I just need them signed today.
Okay.
And yes?
I was just going to interject, if you wouldn't mind, please, on that car with the fictitious license plate. I had just bought that car off a person, and I had no idea.
So I'm actually going to stop you. I understand,
Okay.
but when you say I'm not guilty, and if there's something that you feel like equity, something in your favor, and you want to talk to the prosecutor about it, because the judge can't have just a hearing I have to get both sides in. I have to get that officer in.
Okay,
So you might bring that information that you're trying to give me to the proper
Okay.
party. And in this case, that's going to be the prosecutor, okay?
yes, ma'am, thank you.
Okay, so we're just trying to get your signature on that setting. And
Okay.
we're going to email it to you and expect you to either bring it up here signed today or
Mhm.
email it back to us signed. Can you do
Okay.
that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, which is it? Should we look for your
Email
email?
it. I will
Okay.
email it.
Okay, and then there's a driving while license invalid charge from that same stop, January 25th, and the fines and costs are $281. How are you pleading to that charge?
Not guilty.
Okay, so we're gonna schedule that too at the same time,
Okay,
okay? And then we just need those setting forms back. And
All
then,
right.
well, we'll see you. You need to be on time and we'll see you on May 4th, okay?
okay, thank you.
Should be at the bottom.
Verify your email.
All right, we'll send that over to you, but we need it back today. Do you understand?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Can I just verify the email address that you have for me?
Yes. Give me one moment.
All right.
You don't have our email address? It'd be the one that we sent the
Yeah, okay.
meeting to, that
All
you're on
right.
right now.
Okay, no
Okay,
problem.
is that still
All right.
good? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That should be
Yeah, yes, it
good.
is.
Okay. Okay,
All right.
Ms. Condarco, just,
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
going to remove you from the meeting now.
All
But
right.
you're looking for your email to come in, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I'll comply. Thank you. Have a good day, ma'am.
thank you. You too, ma'am.
All right. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye. Mr. Reynolds, I've signed your reduction. Your total will be at 184. And you can either call the clerk's desk or you can go online and do payment, whichever suits you.
Okay,
You have any,
thank you.
you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Okay, I'm moving forward then with, let's see, Mr. Salinas Hector. And Mr. Salinas, let me get your case pulled. One moment. Thank you. Okay, let's see. There is a charge from March 14th of following too closely. And the fines and costs are $234. Let's see. He's entered a plea of not guilty. Is that correct? Okay,
Yes,
did we
ma'am.
not, just one moment. I'm just gonna check my file, okay? Have we scheduled him for a pretrial? Okay, so my understanding is you're pleading not guilty. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we move that to that pretrial process.
Mhm.
And the first one would be May 4th. And then the last one would be June 16th. That one is in person. The May
Okay.
4th is online. I also show on one case, you have driver safety and a driving record due not until July 15th. And that's for changing lanes when unsafe on March 14th, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so with that, if I email you the forms today, can you print them, sign them, and get them back to us?
Yes.
Okay, can you get that done this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm gonna release you. We're gonna just wait for that email to get in and get it
Mhm.
back to us as soon as possible, okay?
Alrighty.
Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Clary, Ms. Warren, Ms. Warren, are we heading to trial or are we heading to an agreement?
We do have an agreement, Your Honor. Ms. Clary will take a defensive driving course.
Okay,
This was a school zone. Ms. Clary did express that she cannot pay today. I told her that you all could have a conversation about that.
okay. And the sign-up forms for that, the prosecutor's DSC sign-up form, we can email those over to her. Okay. Right. So normally I thought we got something from you on that with that date. Ms. Clary, I see that you have a financial hardship. On the driver safety course option though, we do have to collect the court costs. What are those? Those are $144. Do you see a date in the next 30 days when you could make payment? Those are $169. I misheard the clerk. Right. When can you pay that?
You said in 30 days?
Well, I'm asking you to look at your calendar and tell me in the next 30 days when you could do that, because that's a maybe not a good option if there's no income. And really, we try to do that within 30 today, but within 30 days is usually what we're looking for there.
Then if I could be allowed to have the full 30 days, it would be more helpful than anything less than that, if possible.
Okay, May 20th.
Okay.
So, hold on just one second. Do we have, because see, here's the thing, this is open court. Do we not have that VSC kind of, we don't have blank ones? Okay. Ms. Warren, we don't have the prosecutor's motion for that in our system. So we'll ask you.
Motion to reinstate. I think you do, but I'll send one.
Okay, Ms. Gonzalez is telling me that we don't. If you could send that over, we'll take it from there.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
And Your Honor, if you would tell her to check with Melissa, because I'm sure you have it, but I will send another one if she absolutely needs it.
Yes. Check with Melissa, please. And we can email that over to Ms. Clary. Ms. Clary, the email we used to set your meeting today, does that work?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll send that to you here shortly. It's an extension to sign up with the prosecutor's approval for May 20th, okay?
Thank you.
Warren, we'll get back to you if we need that.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Clary, any further questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we can, because we're going to send it anyway, there's not much sense in having her send it so that we can then send it. Okay. And it's acceptable, since this is court, to do that on an oral motion. We did find it. And so, Ms. Warren, your next person will be Mr. Duck. And Mr. Duck, I'm sending you that invitation to that meeting, and you look ready to go. So I won't give you further lecture about that. Okay, and so then I'm going to move forward then with Noah Castillo. And Mr. Castillo, just give me a quick moment to get your file pulled. And let's see. What just happened? There we are, Mr. Castillo. Thank you. And so, Mr. Castillo, I have several charges pending. There is a red light charge from December 27th of 2020. And the fines and costs are $269. How are you pleading to that charge?
No contest.
Okay. And then there is another charge of no driver's license. The fines and costs are $181. That is still pending from December 27th of 2020. How are you pleading to that charge?
No driver's license. That one is no
No contest either.
Okay. And then there is one for no insurance, December 27th of 2020. The fines and costs, if you paid them, are $281. How are you pleading to that charge?
No contest.
Okay. So have you gotten a license? Do you have one?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Okay. And was the vehicle, can you get one?
Yes, I can.
What's the holdup?
The holdup is they have to is the DPS is backed up.
It is. It is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then we did not get any financial information from you as far as I can see. Is that correct, staff? Are you working, Mr. Castillo, right
Yes,
now?
yes, ma'am, I am right now.
Where are you working?
I'm working with my grandpa.
Okay, great. In order to set a payment plan, which we do, unless you're paying everything today, which is quite a bit at 731.
Yes.
In order to set up a payment plan, I need to get your financial information disclosed so that I can kind of make sure that that's the right thing and we're setting the right thing. Do you have a sense of what you could pay monthly?
A monthly, I say $100.
That's pretty high. I'm willing to entertain it. It looks like we do have your financial forms. So you're working for Leo Roofing and Remodeling?
Yes, ma'am.
Do they pay you every week or once a week, every 2 weeks? What is that?
Or I don't really know. He just pays me when he gets paid.
Okay. So the form that you signed says $200, but it doesn't say when. So what do you make a month? What's a rough idea?
The rough, like $300.
A month?
No, not a month. A month. I say about. I just started working, so about.
Okay.
Really not too sure.
Okay. So you think you make at least $200 a week?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have children?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And I do show you could do the $100 a month. What's a good day of the month to do that?
To pay it?
Yes.
Anytime.
You want to start today?
Yes, ma'am. If that'd be okay with y'all.
Yeah, that's great. And so why don't do you want to come by and set up your payment plan and make a first payment?
Today?
Yes.
I can't today. I'm in Houston right now.
Okay, because you
Working.
just said you would do it today. Okay, we can do it today. Can we email it to you and have you sign everything and email it back to us with your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then once you do that, you can call in, you'll call in the first payment, and then it would be every month on the 20th.
Every month on the 20th?
Yes, starting today.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll just do it electronically. You don't have to leave Houston.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So look for that email and get it back to us today. If you
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
get it back, if you don't get it in the next, say, couple of hours, it should be a lot sooner, but I want to give the staff time to get that over to you. If you don't receive it in, say, the next hour, call and check on it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we're just setting up the payment plan, $100 today and then every month thereafter. There we go on that one. Okay. All right. Mr. Castillo, do you have any further questions?
No, Your Honor, that would be it.
Okay. Thank you. I'll go ahead and let you go, okay?
Yes, ma'am. You too. You have a good day.
Thank you, sir. You too. Ms. Warren, I'll be right with you. For some reason, this new thing is that it's printing a case number, the state versus a case number, which won't work. And then it printed on the other side. So let's go ahead and kind of configure that, and I'll be more than glad to sign it. on the Duck case, State versus Mr. Duck, asking both parties, are we heading to trial or are we heading to a resolution?
Your Honor, there is a resolution. I renewed my offer for defensive driving, and Mr. Duck will take that. He can pay the court cost of $144 today.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Duck, are you coming by the court to do that, or are you wanting us to email
I
that
can
to
go
you?
in person. That'd be
Okay.
fine. Am I able to drop off or give you guys a copy of my insurance and ID in person as well?
Yes,
Absolutely. Then that'll be the
That would
best
be-
option for me this
that
morning.
would be the easiest.
Yes, ma'am.
method.
Absolutely.
Okay. When should we look for you at the clerk's window?
I can come up there in the next half hour or so. I still have time from work this morning.
Okay. Don't rush, but we should be able to get everything ready for you and at the front. When you get here, just call and we'll walk you through the process of getting it. Okay.
Alrighty. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Okay, he's just coming by to sign up and pay today. And Miss Warren, your next person should be Blake Stewart.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, Miss Stewart, let me send that invitation to you. And just accept and then come back in when that meeting has concluded. I will move forward then. Let's see, where are we with Desiree Archie? Hi, Miss Archie. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Person. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine.
Okay. I do have, and I just want to confirm, I have pleas on all of your cases. I believe on the disregarding the flashing red light charge from February 4th. We've already entered that plea of no contest. There's an inspection from 2013, and I believe the plea was no contest, but that case has been dismissed. And then, let's see, just shows pending. I get confused by that. Let's see.
Isn't that a blessing?
Moving
I
forward,
haven't seen you since
just let me just, yeah, it doesn't work when we talk at the same time. And what I want to do is review what I have before we try to talk about it. Because
Yes,
I know
ma'am.
you know what happened to you, but I wasn't.
Yes,
there.
ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
there's also August 18th, an expired license charge, and that is from 2020, August. And a no contest plea has been entered. And then there is a charge called violating the promise to appear. So when you're given a citation or a ticket, there's always a date to come to court. And we cited you for not doing so. And that is from February when we finally issued that. And the fines and costs are $446.94. How are you pleading to that charge?
No content.
Okay. And then looking at, are you still working with Niagara?
Yes, ma'am. I'm still here.
Okay. And you have a second job, or is that a spouse job?
Yes, ma'am. I have a second job.
Okay. So I looked and I see that you can do a payment plan. I am going to do just a slight reduction on the violate promise to appear. Let me ask you a question. What happened that you just didn't come to court?
I was pregnant and at that time, and just going through the motions, and then COVID had hit, and just to be honest, truthfully, I totally had forgot about it. And then when all this stuff was going on with the Zoom and stuff, when I did call and things like that, it just really slipped my mind.
Okay. I'm going to give her a courtesy reduction on the BPTA and just drop that fine to $50. I will do a small reduction. Most of the fees that you're going to be paying are,
ma'am.
I can't do anything with them.
That's fine.
Warrant fees, for example, I'm not allowed to reduce. State costs, I'm not allowed to reduce. And the bulk of what's happened for you are state. There's one
ma'am.
fee I can do a little bit more with, so I'm gonna take a few dollars off every little bit,
ma'am.
right? Are you paid
Appreciate
at
it.
Niagara every other week?
No, we're only it's kind of hard, semi-monthly. So we only get paid on the 7th and the 22nd of every month.
The 7th and the 22nd.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you want to make, you have proposed $100, which I see that you can do. Do you want to do that all on one date and pick one of those dates, or do you want to go 50 and 50?
Oh, it's fine to me. Like, I work 2 jobs, so I mean, however, it's fine, totally fine.
Okay, which is better, the 7th or the 22nd?
The 22nd, please.
Okay. And we're going to begin on April 22nd, okay?
All right.
And then every month after that. You can always pay early and get it done faster. There's no interest or any penalties
Yes,
for
ma'am.
that.
That's fine.
And it will release the license faster to do that. But I will make sure the warrants are recalled today.
Yes, ma'am.
If they may already have been recalled, but I'll double check that.
Yes, ma'am.
And we'll just move forward. I want to email this to you and have you sign it and email it back. Will that work for you?
Yes, ma'am. I tried to do my registration
Okay.
and to get my registration, and when I went to the place, the lady said that I couldn't do my registration because I had totally forgot about that ticket in February.
Yes.
So moving
Okay.
forward, I need to get that done.
Right. I will release your registration hold at this time.
Okay.
That takes a few days to clear, usually a week or
Okay.
two. But I'll initiate that process today. The hold on the license, I don't initiate release until you're done. So,
ma'am.
but the registration, I'll go ahead and release.
Thank you.
I will approve a scofflaw release on that. Because the purpose of that was to get you to contact us. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
we're heading in the right direction now.
Yes,
Now, Ms.
ma'am.
Archie, you've been very pleasant to work with. Just always keep up with your dates. And if you see that you can't, check in with us and see what we can do for you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't forget about it or let it go.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It just makes the problem harder for you. And
Yes,
that's not
it
really,
does. Yes, it does.
and that's not what we want. And so if we have your correct address, we always send you a letter. And if we know about it before we even send that letter, there are more options the faster you get to us to tell us there's a problem. Okay.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Thank
you have any
you.
Yes,
Good seeing
ma'am.
you again.
Yes, ma'am. Do you have any
No,
questions?
ma'am.
Okay. All right. Look for that
No, ma'am.
email and
Thank
get it back
you.
to us today. Okay. Okay.
Okay. You have a blessed day. Okay.
You too, ma'am. Thank you for that. Ms. Warren, and let me unmute Ms. Stewart. There she is. And are we working toward a resolution or are we working towards moving into trial?
Your Honor, we do have a resolution.
Okay.
Ms. Stewart will take the 90-day deferral and she can pay today.
And that's on the speeding?
Yes. And I believe she showed, now her address change wasn't on my docket, but she does have that address change. So if I need to enter a dismissal, I can do that.
Okay. Let's see. Yes, I would do that because, let's see. It wasn't on your docket. We just had an extension and that date has come and gone. So yes, if she's done that and you're satisfied, if you would send that over to me.
Okay. Miss Stewart, did you
Yes,
get a
ma'am.
copy of that driver's license with the address change to the court? Is it on record?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I actually had, this came in the day after I was in court.
Okay. Can you take a photo of it or somehow get a copy of that to the court?
I do not know where to send it.
It's the
Okay.
same email that you, ma'am, think about it this way. We emailed you a link. You logged on to that email that we sent. That's the link you use today.
Mhm.
So use that email to email back. Okay?
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Get that to us. She's willing to review it today, but we need that because she can't review it. Okay?
Yes.
All right. And we'll circle back around, Ms. Warren, with you and see if she got what we needed to get in.
I know
Okay?
you did.
Sorry?
Who should I contact if I say an hour has passed? How do I
Okay.
know you received it?
Okay. So the court is the phone number on your ticket,
Okay.
and it's also online, but that number is 254
Yes, ma'am.
298
Yes, ma'am.
5687. And you can always email the court at the email where you received the invitation for today and ask how to reach somebody. We're emailing to you the deferral order, but we're also looking for you to email us your
My-
address changed license.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Got it? Are we good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
That is signed. Okay. On the second part, Nicole's waiting on the defendant to send that information. So we wouldn't look to get that until we get the other part in. So we're going to have to circle back around on that one. And Ms. Warren, Melissa Fulcher, Kimberly Carnes, and Sabrina Nieto did not show up for court. So I will take those from here. I believe that concludes your morning.
Okay.
You have anything that we need to address?
No, Your Honor, but I do want to tell you that I made Fulcher an offer and Naito an offer. Those are both the attorney cases.
Okay. I will
Okay.
check the file. I always check the file before we move forward. So
Okay, perfect.
I will double check those. And I'll make a note that an offer has been made.
Okay.
They may be intending to accept those offers. So I will double check on that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
I hope you have a pleasant day.
You too.
Thank you. All right. Let's see. So moving forward, let me just give me one moment. All right. And now on Mr. Martinez. Mr. Martinez, is your parent with you?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened? Where'd y'all go?
He logged them out.
No, I didn't.
Or something happened, he got logged out, ma'am.
Okay.
We don't know.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that.
Okay, we're sorry.
Okay, it's all fine. There's a speeding charge from March 19th, and the fines and costs are $254. My understanding is you wanted to plead no contest to that charge. Do you understand the pleading options of guilty, not guilty, and no contest?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How are you pleading to that charge?
No contest.
Okay. And my understanding is you're asking for teen court,
Yes, ma'am.
and there is a $20 teen court fee. Can you pay that fee today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then I think that the case manager has a standard recommendation. I don't know why we would change that, but okay. There is a driving course that is geared more towards young folks and young folks in their decision making in the cab of the car. And so we would refer you to that program. We will need your signature on a teen court order today, and that $20 payment for teen court. You will pay for your class, but if you get your class turned in on time and don't get any more citations before you get the class turned in, then I will dismiss the charge and waive the balance of $254. You're interested in doing that, Mr. Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and Ms. Pullett, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Pullett. I'll need your signature on the document as well. We can email that to you and you can email it back with the signature if you're able to print it, or you can come by the court and do that paperwork here. Which
We'll
will
go
it
by
be?
the court. We'll go by
Okay.
the court.
Okay, so you'll come to the window. Just go ahead when you get here, call us and let us know you're here and we'll walk you in, okay?
Okay.
And I'll approve that process for you, Mr. Martinez, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and so do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you can head over in the next half hour, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
No rush, but we should have your paperwork shortly.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, Mr. Isaac Angiano Nelson, let me get your file pulled up. And oops. Okay, let's see. Just reviewing. I have pleas of no contest on all of your cases, and they are in warrant. And I have your financial information. Mr. Angiano, just let me have you unmute. When I reviewed your financial forms, I'll wait for you. Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Angiano. When I reviewed your financial forms, I saw that it is actually just, y'all have a lot of young people living in the home, and it looks difficult to make payment. I can order community service, or I can go ahead and approve payment with the reduction.
Yes, like I was trying to explain, the person that talked to the office, I'm trying to take care of all this because I want my driver license back. I have already
Yes.
paid tickets on Clifton Court, and I have paid my tickets on Bellmead too. Okay, and the thing is, I want to see if I can get some of those things that's missed, or cut the cost of it, or some of them, and maybe I can take care of the full amount. If you don't get the full amount, I will arrange payments on it.
Okay, I'm not able to dismiss cases that are this old. The options that I listed at the beginning of this process, those really aren't available. Those dismissal options aren't available here. So what if you were going to pay in full? The problem with reducing is, I mean, it can help, okay, but it's not going to be dramatic. Because most of the fees that are incurred here, most of what's going on here, those really relate to how long it took. You know, we're talking 2014. Most of those fees got added over time, and those kinds of fees, like warrant fees, I can't get rid of them for you. So there's some things I can do. If you were paying it in full, what are you able to pay in full?
Well, what I would like to know was what is the total of it?
Yeah, I don't know. I have to look carefully at that.
Yes,
I'm asking you what you're able, what's the max you could put toward it today?
Probably let's say $1,000.
Okay, I won't be able to get you to that. I can get you down a bit. Give me a few minutes to work on that. The clerk is going to have to do some calculating, and it takes a little time. And they're going to do that slowly because we are going to move other cases. So you may be on the meeting a little bit longer, okay? Just sit there and wait, and I'll be back with you, okay?
Thank you.
what I'm willing to do, because he's actually going to have some difficulty doing payment, is on all of the cases, do the fines in half. And, you know, he's got collection fees, so I don't expect y'all to just spit this out, okay? Because we're going to work with the other people. So as you kind of, while I'm talking with someone, you can do maybe one, and then we'll do the next one. And he's just going to wait till he may be here for a while. So we're going to do that. And then I'll look back, I'll get that back from you. Okay, Mr. Angiano, just hold tight. And I'm sorry, let me put that with the other papers. Okay, that's going to take some doing. So moving forward, Isabella Mascarenas. Give me just a moment to get your case pulled up. Ms. Mascarenas. There you are, ma'am. Hi.
Hi,
Good morning.
Morning.
Ms. Mascarenas, where do you go to school?
Belton High School,
Okay. What grade are you in?
11th.
Okay. And there's a speeding charge, and I had a plea from you of no contest, but I do want to confirm that, and then we're looking at teen court. The charges are speeding. The balance, if you paid it, is $279 at the window. How are you pleading to the charge?
Guilty, ma'am.
Yeah. Sorry?
Guilty, ma'am.
Okay. Guilty. And then with teen court, there is a $20 fee. Can you pay that fee today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then there is a course that you take at your own expense, and we get that back from you in 30 days or less. And I dismiss the charge off your record. Can we get the papers from you today if we email them to you, or do you want to come by the court to get those?
What are the papers, ma'am?
Well, I'm going to generate them, and I'm either going to have them here at the court
Yeah.
or send them to you.
Email. I would like to be emailed them, yeah.
Okay. And you can print them and sign them and get them back to us today?
Yeah.
And then you can call in your fee, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll approve that approach, and that will be emailed over to you probably within an hour. You got to give us a little bit of time. We've got a little bit of a clog back up on things, but look for it within about, say, an hour.
Okay.
And then we'll try to get that from you. I like to get things before lunch, but really by close of business today with that fee, and the fee you just call it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Mr. Oakley, let me get your file pulled. Was he on teen court? Yes. Okay, Mr. Oakley, give me a moment to review everything. We needed proof that you were a student.
Yes, ma'am.
And we needed your fees. Let's see. So I'm remembering him. Did he ever sign off on his case?
Proof of school?
Just a moment.
Okay.
Okay. And so he didn't sign anything either, right? Right. So we had you kind of designed a plan for you for teen court.
Yes, ma'am.
And that was back in March. And we just never got proof that you were a student.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
The thing with that was, with the emails, I tried sending a picture of like a screenshot of my school that my mom had sent me.
Y'all don't have student IDs in Belton? Because my daughter went there. And
I don't go to Belton.
where do you go?
I'm doing online school. It's a James Madison online course, and I was having trouble sending y'all proof, and I tried to send y'all an email explaining the trouble I had, but I just never got through with it. Like, it never got sent. It just I don't know what's wrong with it. I was very confused with it, but
I mean, I'm sorry, but it's an email. You
no,
just-
I understand. I understand.
Where are you now? It looks like you're in a school.
No, I'm at work. I just got a job yesterday.
Where are you working?
True Homes in Belton.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you're still doing online school?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
I still need proof of that because you're,
I understand. I can get that sent tonight or today after I get off.
okay. Well, but see, you've promised that now for a month.
No, yeah, yes, ma'am, I understand.
I'll reschedule you one more time. You're going to have to sign off on your reset today before close of business.
What time?
Email it. I can email it. We close at 5 like everybody else.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll reschedule you. This is the last chance, though. I need proof that you're enrolled. I mean, when you enroll, did you not sign a form?
I didn't sign nothing.
Your mother didn't sign anything? Y'all didn't pay anything? It's just the online
She
school?
handled all that. I have no idea what she did with any of it. I was not
You
living.
live with her?
No, I wasn't actually when I got charged with this. I wasn't
No,
living.
now, I'm asking now.
Yes, ma'am. Now I do. I just moved in last
Because
week.
I'm looking, and when you sign up with them, they're not free, and you fill out forms. I just pulled it up.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a real thing, but
A
it's
while.
not.
Yes, I had started about a year ago, but yeah, I got out of my parents' house and I just moved back in.
Do you have schedules of classes?
No, there's no schedule. It's
You
basically
just do whatever you want, and then they credit you for what you wanted to do, what you felt like
no,
doing?
not really. It's
But listen to me carefully. You've got classes that you do.
It's not like I meet it. I don't do Zoom meetings. It's just all my classes are lined up and I go on it. Like
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You got
Yes.
classes lined up.
it's on your own pace, basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is there's paperwork, there's a screen with a class on it and a schedule.
There's no schedule.
So you don't take real classes,
No.
take fake classes.
It's not real classes really per se.
Look, sir, listen, let me show you something, okay? Here it is. This isn't something where you don't take a class, where you log into a class. You log into a class. There's a set of classes that you do. Now, if that's not happening for you, then I don't think you're really in school. So I'm going to give you 2 weeks to prove to me that you're really in school. And if not, well, we can set up just a payment plan. Okay? All right.
Well, I haven't
I
been doing
need
this-
your reset forms back today.
I have a question.
Yes.
Payment plans. So I haven't been doing school lately since I've been trying to find work.
Maybe that's the problem.
Yes, that's mainly the problem.
Maybe you're not really a student.
No, I'm a student still. I haven't been kicked
Well,
out.
students attend school.
Yes, ma'am. But since I got the job, I've got a new job now. What's the payment plans look like?
You need to make a decision as to whether or not you're really enrolled in school. And then I need proof.
I'm
If
enrolled.
You're
I
going to
just
do
don't
teen
go.
court. If you're going to do teen court, you need to be in school. If you're not going to do teen court, you can make a payment or,
Okay, I can make the payment.
So you just want to make payment? You want to
Yes,
have it
ma'am.
go on your record? Okay. How long do you need to pay it? It's $254.
$254.
Yes.
I don't get paid this week because I'm in training.
Can you pay it within 30 days?
Oh, yes, ma'am, for sure.
Okay. You need to sign off on the payment plan today. We'll email it to you. We need it back today.
All right. Yes,
You
ma'am.
can print it and email it back to us or fax it to us, or you can bring it over here like during your lunch break, but we need it.
So I have to print it out and sign it. and
I
bring-
need a signature on it. I don't know how else you're going to get a signature on it.
I can go up there today.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. All right.
All right. Good luck with the job.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. This looks great. Thank you. Okay, so moving forward. Let's see, Mr. Oakland. Elani Rodriguez. Let's see. Just give me a quick moment. We've got Rodriguez, we've got Alberto Salinas. All right, Ms. Rodriguez, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. Doesn't look like we're getting a very good signal, but let me try to work with you. There is a driver safety course and driving record, and those are not due till July 12th. Then there is a driver's license charge, and let me review the file for a quick moment, because my understanding is you're hoping I can dismiss that charge. And I need to see if I have what I need there. So hold on just a moment. Did Yolanda go to work on? Yeah, that's what I figured. This new system makes it. The other one was so simple. It's really sad, honestly. Although, to be fair, the other one became better because we worked with them and they were able to make that program with us. So we piloted that. Let's see. Okay, so I'm always wanting to know when someone asks for a dismissal, if they're on time. And I do that by looking at their ticket. And it looks like her due date was April 19th. And on April 13th, she came in and entered a plea and asked for a dismissal if possible. And now what I'm looking for is the license was provided within that time frame. She did receive it. So we have a prosecutor motion on file that I think applies and should allow for that dismissal. So, ma'am, give me just a moment. I think you qualify for one, but I'm going to double check. So we have prosecutor motions, and I don't know if those have been shown to you yet, but right, the prosecutor motions, they're not in there. They're memos from the prosecutor. Prosecutor memos. So prosecutor motion, and that says, if I can pull it up, there was no accident. So that's the question. Was there an accident in this case? It's a disregarded official traffic control device. Okay. And I have a strange version of this with, let's see how it looks when we print it. So it's really weird how it's converted, but. And so this is, there's something messed up with the conversion, the new updates, but it is still readable, so I can go ahead and sign it. Okay, Ms. Rodriguez, you were able to get your license quickly. There is a state law that doesn't allow for that dismissal. Well, it doesn't prohibit it. It doesn't specifically authorize it. I have a written agreement with our prosecutor that does allow for such a dismissal, and I have signed that dismissal at this time. So your case, that last case is being dismissed. Just keep track of your deadline for your other case so that you can also have that one dismissed, okay? And
Okay.
when you bring in your paperwork for your class and your driving record, you can pick up a copy of that dismissal if you ask the clerk, okay?
Okay.
All right, any questions?
No.
Okay, that's all on that one. You'll be good to go on the no deal charge. It's done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so I don't think you need anything of that back in, but Mr. Agiano, we're still working on it, okay? And Alberta Salinas, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Your Honor.
You were almost an hour late to court. What happened? Court started at 9.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in El Paso. I must have lost track of the time zone difference.
Yeah, there is a time zone difference. That would account for it. So I'm going to ask you, there is a speeding charge. The fines and costs are $257. Give me just a moment. Do we have a plea in her case? Yeah, there's a plea. Let me just look at it. Okay, I have a no contest plea and then a request for a driver safety course. Let me double check your file and see if you're eligible for that course. Give me just a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
So it becomes important if the person was on time. And I don't know the answer right now. There are other ways to dig that up, but I just find it easier to track through. Yeah, December 7th. Well, I don't know how to do it. Melissa does it, but I do it by looking at the documents. To me, that seems easy. Looks like she got a pre-warrant letter. And so we already can see, if you look at the case jacket, just drop that down real quick. That tells you right there that we missed a court date. Yeah, yeah. Mhm. Okay, so Ms. Salinas, or
Yes, ma'am.
Salinas, when you missed your court date originally, you missed your driver safety course sign-up time. I can approve a course under the discretionary provision of the court, but only if you pay the balance of $257 and then get your course and your record turned in. Do you want to do that?
How much time can I have to pay the $257 if I have to pay it in full?
It does have to be paid in full. I can give you 30 days.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do need you to sign off on the extension, and you have to be on time for signing up. We can send you the sign-up paperwork as well, so that
Okay.
when you make the payment and send the documents back, you'll have everything you need. So I'm going to extend you to 5/20/21. And we'll email everything to you. What I need back is the extension.
Okay.
And then if you want to send the paperwork back and your driving your driving license and your proof of insurance, then everything should be pretty clear to go for 5/20, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I will have another hearing on 5/20/21 then that I will get details for.
Yes, as long as you sign off on the extension, we'll email you the extension link.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye. Okay, Mr. Adriano, we're still working on those reductions. I've got a clerk who went in another room to get that working, okay? So just
Thank you,
wait.
Jonah.
She's still working on it. And we're just both going to sit here until the clerk has time to do her job, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, just wait and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so now I spend the time and I look up things that are where people didn't show up and try to see if I can get to the next step. So, the prosecutor seemed to think that Fulcher would be off because they had some sort of agreement pending, but my suspicion is that the attorney may have dropped the ball. I'm gonna just send it over to Melissa for her to double check. No, it's a 90-day deferral. And today for payment, see, the 90-day deferral and today for payment. So 1 and 2. And she doesn't need a class. And then we're looking for her to send her DL. Sure thing. This can scan into that file. I sent it to Mary to reset. Okay. Let's open up his, okay, 168816. Let me get a sheet back. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Adjano.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hi. And so we have done all the reductions that I can do, and you're paying $1,000 today. That's going to bring your final balance to $688.16. If you can pay it within 30 days, no further fees would be added. Can you do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Can you pay the amount in full today by any chance?
Well, I'm at work right now. If I can do it online, yes.
1688.16.
The full amount, the $1,600.
I'm just asking, are you able to?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. If not, then you'll need to, we'll need to set up a payment plan of 30 days and we'll need your signature.
Okay.
Okay. So either way, if you're not able to do it all today, then we need a signature on a 30-day payment arrangement. Okay. So when you go to do it, if you find that you're not able to do all of that, then call us and we'll have a note in there that I will approve a 30-day payment arrangement if needed.
Okay. Can I call the court today and make it over the phone, the payment with my credit card?
Of course.
Okay. I will do that.
The clerk can handle that with you. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay.
Yes. One question. Once I pay the full amount, my warrants be removed, and I can go get my driver's license, right?
Yeah, it'll take a few weeks for DPS to clear that. We will
Okay.
send it electronically as soon as we zero out your balances.
Okay,
Okay?
that's all the questions I have.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, Your Honor.
You too. And so with that, we are concluding our meeting. And court is officially dismissed.